economic, environmental, and social. Yeah, Mahmoud.
Right. Well, thank you so much for this question. I'm happy that the discussion that you are leading or coordinating is that peaceful, because a couple of years ago when we were discussing climate finance and development finance, they were very much, as Remy alluded to, there was a great deal of tension in any room. I remember discussion back in 22 during COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh. We're trying just to explain the common sense that Samala articulated by examples, that if you are serious about climate finance, you are doing SDG 7, that is development. You are doing Sharm adaptation agenda, water system, food. You are dealing with infrastructure, SDG 8, 11, and 9. So here, these kind of creations of silos by global and national bureaucrats, busy perhaps to protect their turfs and counting the beans of the 100 billion on the climate finance or getting the gaps bridged on the development finance, I think we lost a great deal of not just common sense, but coordination and enhancing the kind of fund that we have available. Because even if you get all of what's earmarked for climate finance and what's earmarked for development finance, we have huge gaps when it comes to funding. And that's why we still describe climate and development finance as being insufficient because of the gaps, inefficient because it takes forever in some cases to get money out of the door, quoting the president of the World Bank in a speech during the annual meetings last year in Morocco, when he said it took 27 months for a dollar to get out from the door in order to fund projects, and he had a plan to reduce it to 6 months. And each time I see one of my former colleagues, including now, Anna Bierdi, he said, no, it's getting better, it's getting better. And the other thing is basically, is not just the insufficiency and efficiency, it's something else. It's about the unfairness, because we are very much, the keynote speaker is reminding us that in all areas of work, we are very much debt dependent. While the good work by every provider of lending of concession and nature, they are expecting that to leverage the private sector to get more private equity participation. So I think there is a great deal of work left to us, and this is part of the Summit of the Future discussion. This is part of the international financial architecture, that in order to do that, you need really to enhance the funding for the MDBs. It's not good enough just to tell them that you are going to get better and optimize your balance sheets and do more together, but you need to get more capital increase injection in them. And you need really to enhance the governance, because, as being said in different ways, that during 1945, almost the majority of the membership were not there to vote, and still we're inheriting that old system. So in all fronts, when it comes to MDBs, we need them. We need the multilateral system to have the finance, not just the talk about collaboration, but the funding for collaboration with impact. But for that to happen, the MDBs need really to be with more capital. On the NDBs, the national development banks, they are very much essential to complement the work, because they are very mindful as well to the political economy dynamics, to the culture, being close to the fields, and they can really be doing more, complementing the work. And if there are some global tensions, they could bridge some gaps of funding if needed. So in peace and good times, they could enhance the funding, and in worse times, they can really complement or bridge gaps of funding.
So, I mean, you're all talking about system-level changes and supply-side changes, but is there demand side as well? Do you need to incentivize public development banks to actually focus